Writers, can I have your eyes and your attention? You are on the brink of beginning your first draft. You've selected the entry that you want to write as a literature in a book. You've been rehearsing your writing. You've been sketching what happens bit by bit across the pages of your booklet, and then using the booklet to support your storytelling your way through the pages. You've also selected a lead you like. You know a lot about getting ready to write. Today I'm going to teach you that after carefully crafting each word of a lead, it's good to fix your eyes on the subject and to write your story fast and furious without stopping. Today you'll write fast and furious, writing the same stories that you told this week to your partners. Remember that earlier you learned to make a movie in your mind of how the story unfolds, starting by thinking, where was I? What exactly was I doing? Well, a painter that I know, an artist, in her class on painting portraits, her professor taught her that one way to get unbelievable power into her drawing is to look at the subject and to sketch what she sees without even looking down at her paper. She keeps her eyes on the person and sketches with the goal of putting down the truth of what she sees, all of it, onto the page. Well, writers do something very similar. They fill themselves with the true thing that happened to them. They remember the very start of the episode and storytell what happened first. Only they scrawl it on paper instead of drawing it. And then without worrying much about perfect spelling or word choice or anything, they keep their minds fixed on everything that happened and write fast and long without stopping. Well, let me share with you Felix's draft. It isn't spelled that well. It isn't perfect. But listen to the power of this fast write as I read it to you. Felix, wake up. We have to go to the church. We went to the church. I started seeing all of my family members. I did not know what was happening. Then I saw a big box coming out of the church. My grandma laid her head against the big brown box and started crying. I tugged on her shirt. Grandma, Grandma, what's in there? Just look. I stared through the screen. It was my grandfather. He was as pale as glue. Grandfather, get out of there. Come and help me make the paper airplanes you make. Don't go, don't. I am sorry about what I said to you. I knocked on the screen. It did not help. He would not wake up. I want to see my grandfather now. I knew now what was going on. My grandfather had just died. I did not know what to say to myself. I felt scared. What was I going to do without my grandpa? No, no, no. There's no paper airplanes that he's going to help me make. Who's going to say the funny stories every day? Who's going to put a smile on me every day? I stop. A tear runs through my face. I stomp over to my grandfather, but my uncle holds me back. I see his white face, his hard, bony hands on his sides. Grandpa, let's go to the window and throw the paper airplanes. I see him coming, his pale white face grinning at me. He slowly starts walking with a long brown stick, his weak hands holding the stick. Children, do you feel slightly breathless from being right there in the moment with Felix? Did you notice how he did that by including the exact words that he said? what he saw, what he thought, what he felt. All this made us feel like we were riding right along with Felix during this most memorable moment in his life. Well, writers, get ready to try this right now. To get started, be sure your lead is on page 1 of your drafting booklet, and that you've sketched little pictures to remind you of what part of your story goes on each page. Then reread the lead, touch each page of the booklet, and say the part you'll write on that page. Do this for the whole story, telling it fast and furious. Begin.